Hello, my name is Chevalier and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Careers. So, in previous episode we decided to take or start constructing ourselves things again. Now we are still losing money, but I'm pretty sure that we are actually increasing the credit faster than we're taking the loans, at least for the time being. I'm hoping to keep it that way, but I'm not entirely sure if we will, but let's go ahead and unpause. We've got quite a few mines being worked on right now, some coal mines and iron mines in the northwest, which will hopefully start reducing the various production costs in there, and also it's going to offer us some more jobs for people and all that, so it's not all bad. In fact, it's quite the opposite. But we are still losing about 2,700, but I suppose... Oh, right, there's also another steel mill being built in the northeast right now, but that's by the private sector, but they're still coming along fairly quickly. We're going to get the second motor industries for the specialized goods production over here in Yangseo, and actually... How are we doing on the transportation of various places? Seems like it's still fairly high overall. Yeah, so it's railways is another thing that I should probably expand a bit further if need be. Although it seems like the railway is, at least in our capital, it is not making a... Well, no, it is being subsidized with the wages, but beyond that it's actually still making a bit of balance there at least. So that's good. We could probably get another one of these, although... Yeah, we'll build a second one in our capital. And of course, over here we got 2 levels already, and it is making at least a bit more money. Not massive amounts, mind you, but it is still better than nothing. So still losing about £3,000 per week, which to be fair means that the debt that we have is increasing even further. We've got well over 2 million credits still to go through if need be. And I'm pretty sure that each mine is going to have a decent bit of extra into that. And the mines are fairly quick to build. They make a massive profit overall, so that's good, and it's going to lower the cost of various other things, so that might, well, especially it might start lowering the cost of the construction goods over here, or the construction weekly balance anyway, so that should help a decent bit. Plus also it might make the tools a bit cheaper, although there's probably still a massive requirement for them, or demand for the tools, so I don't think it's going to make much of a difference in there directly. But there we go, that's going to be slightly less deficit right about now. Then we're getting another coal mine. So how's the coal price over here? Oh, we're making £11,000 per week balance. So most of that is going directly into the investment pool, which is 20 million right now. So if need be, we can stop construction for a little while and just start paying off a lot of the at least in theory. In practice, it might be a bit different, but I want to keep a bit of control on what we're building. As long as we keep increasing the max credit faster than we take debt, I should be fine. Oh, the construction costs, okay, still 26,000. I believe it was close to 27,000 at the start of the session, so it has gone down a little bit. At least... Oh, now it's 25,000. Oh, but that's about to be completed, isn't it? So what's the private sector construction next? A silk plantation in the southwest. Then it's going to be doing a lead mine in our capital, which is actually not a bad place to have at least one in there. It's going to start reducing the glassworks production cost a decent bit, because right now the lead price is fairly high. There we go, we got the steel mill built. And we're getting the extra coal mine. So I did realize at the start of the recording that Japan is actually part of the Taiping market as well. So is Burma, of course Tibet and Kyrgyzia. And of course we also have Langfang over here, don't we? But that should be more or less it. Or maybe we can have a look at through the members over here. So, Kokand. Oh, where's that one? Oh, it is that. Okay, never mind. Right, yeah, that's Koka. Well, then we got Tibet, Japan, us, Langfang, Burma, and Taipei. Or the... oh, hold on a minute. We're in the top 15 again with the northwestern state. So we are definitely gaining more and more ground. I mean, we currently control about 8% of the market. So it's not massive. I think we need to increase quite a bit to become the largest. I mean, we got 21.5 and Heavenly Kingdom has 157 million. They are slowly recovering again now. But it's not too bad. Like, we are at least increasing at fairly good speed. Although the amount of debt that we're taking is still fairly high. We've still got over 2 million ready to go through. What we might do is we'll just go through these constructions and let the private sector take over for a little while. We are going to get the open heart process in a few weeks though, which is going to allow us to increase the steel production even further. Now, admittedly, the steel price itself isn't it's not massive, so it might not make that much of a profit, especially it's going to increase the iron consumption a bit further, so that might cause a bit of issues there. But we'll see how it goes. We got the silk plantation over here in the southwest already. That's now probably hiring a bit more. So what is the private sector doing next? Another silk plantation, and then a tooling workshop. Okay, that's going to be very handy, actually. There we go, we got open half process. Now we're working on the pharmaceuticals. Then I think I'm going to go and do the dialects to increase the innovation that we can get. I do wonder what the production is going to start working on, though. Like the, well, rotor valve engine could be handy. Lead to electrical generation. Steel railway cars would be quite handy for extra transportation and all that. And there's, of course, many other things that we could be doing. We're still slowly losing some loyalists and gaining radicals. Not very quickly, but at least our standard of living is almost 10 on average. Which, honestly, is not the worst. I'm going to get another iron mine over here in the northwest soon enough. And after that, it's going to be another coal mine, then an iron mine, and a coal mine, then administration, and barracks in the southeast, and motor industries in the northwest, and then some iron mines and a railway. So we're still losing about £3,000 per week. We still got a bit more than 2 million. Like £2,200,000 that we could be taking loans before we bankrupt. Which, to be fair, we'd rather avoid that, but we'll see how far we can get with this. I mean, as long as we keep on producing more things that make a massive profit, like the iron over here, it is a quite insane profit. £12,000 per week right now. Now it's, okay, for a moment it was 15, but I think it might be going upwards fairly rapidly. Well, it's a good £14,000 per week. Now it's another coal mine. I'm pretty sure that that's going to increase the amount of credit that we can also have. And not massively, mind you, but it does help the situation. We do also have a movement to enact theocracy, but I don't think we're going to do that. Okay, it is causing a bit of radicals. And that would make some more loyalists, but I don't think we need to worry about that one right now. So another silk plantation about to be done. After that, it's going to be the tooling workshop. Then another coal mine. That's going to be in the southwest. Actually, not a bad idea. So the iron price is a bit high still in the market, although we are reducing the cost. And now we're still losing £2,000 per week. But I think that's kind of the rate. Okay, now it's going up again. Now we did get the other silk plantation. There's going to be another rice farm as well. I do actually wonder, would the rice farms make any more money with the... not really. The fertilizer price would jump through the roof if we upgrade it to use the fertilizers. There's not much else that we want to do. I mean, we could maybe with the logging camps, well, go for no hardwood. There's still plenty on the market, but I think it's probably best to have some local production at least. Especially for the furniture manufacturer in here. Would that be making... that would make a decent profit actually if we were to increase that. But I don't think we initially need to do that right now. So we've still got... oh, actually. Yeah, now we've got a bit shy of 2.3 million. So it is increasing the gap between. So technically speaking, the percentage-wise, how much we have of our debt right now is reducing slowly. Gamble. The leader of the landowners has been openly preaching about benefits that mysterious and secret political gambling can bring to our government. When asked for the details, he smiles coldly, refusing to elaborate. I'm gonna say no. That reduces the popularity of landowners, which right now are no longer the biggest party, which is quite handy. Okay, now we're taking another £3,000 per week in credit, but that's alright. We'll get a bit more taxation up here soon enough, which right now it is minus 44% taxation capacity, so improving that would probably help quite a bit. Currently, unrealized tax is £31,000 per week, plus the fact that we're paying how much? Almost £22,000 per week to Heavenly Kingdom. So yeah, things could be better. But we're going to get another tooling workshop over here in the northeast soon enough. And that's going to give us a bit cheaper tools, which will likely reduce at least a bit, reduce the construction costs as well, which would then drop down, well, it's below 26,000 right now at least. We're getting so much investment pool right now. So, in the world, so Austria-Hungary had a revolution at the start of the session. It was a peasant revolt, but I think the revolt lost that, because Russians were actually helping. Oh, Sweden's having a revolt as well. And Prussia could probably form Germany soon-ish, but they haven't done that yet. I don't know if they need to get Holstein for that or not. I've not played in, well, honestly, I've not played in a lot in Europe at all. How's America looking like? They have taken Texas. as far as I can tell. Yeah, well, at least part of it. And in America, there's not too much happening. In Africa, France is colonizing a lot, and Britain is colonizing a lot, but that's about it. I mean, Portugal has colonized a little bit as well, but not all that much. We're about to get another iron mine and the tooling workshop, so that should help a little bit with the cost. We still got... Actually, we've got 2.25 million right now credit available. So things aren't really that great yet. I suppose one of the things, if we could get rid of the debt, we'd be making a whole lot of money. We'd be able to then increase maybe even the construction speed a bit further to start increasing our economy a lot faster. We're currently number 12 in the world, and looks like Heavenly Kingdom hasn't really increased their GDP. They've kind of plateaued again. Their standard of living is very poor, to be fair. Oh right, that was the construction ended there for a moment, so that gave us a bit more money. Or at least we weren't losing as much. So pharmaceuticals are going to be done soon-ish. So that means that, well, if we had the bureaucracy for that, we could potentially increase the... No, we don't even have the health system yet. Right, private health insurance, we need to get pharmaceuticals to get that. But that would allow us to reduce the pollution effects and mortality and all that, so that would probably be quite a smart thing to do. It looks like the tooling workshop has been built now. They've already hired all the people that they wanted to, or were able to. So that's pretty decent. And our GDP did jump a little bit up because of that. That's good. Now we're getting the coal mines, then the administration, barracks, motor industries, a couple of mines, and then the railway. And after that, we'll probably let the private sector take over for a little while to pay off at least some of the loans, so that we're making money even if we're constructing. The pharmaceuticals will be done fairly quickly. So I did check that Japan actually has a fairly sizable army, and they are our ally at this point, which is very handy. We could probably do a bit more diplomacy in the meanwhile, though. There's not too much that we've been doing on that. We could improve relations with... I suppose we could improve relations with Russia again, and then maybe Philippines. There we go, pharmaceuticals. Has been researched. Is there... I suppose we could actually start... it's going to cost a lot of bureaucracy, so we're not going to start pushing in the private health insurance quite yet. Now we're working at the dialects. Let's actually have a look at production. Oh, reinforced concrete. That is quite handy. We'll probably go for that one, although I think that might actually be completed before we even complete the dialects, depending on what's... Oh, it's quinine. Oh. That's not necessarily a bad one either, to be fair, but I want to get the dialects to increase the innovation a bit further. And we do have a literary rate of almost 33% already, so that's been growing quite nicely. Oh, now we've got a bit shy of 2.3 million again available credit. So that's good. We're slowly increasing that, although we are still losing a lot of loyalists and gaining some more radicals. Not some of it is due to standard of living decreases and all that. How is the iron price in here right now? Locally, it's not too bad. It's actually started reducing the profit a little bit because we produce so much. At the same time, it does make a lot of other things. Oh, hold on a minute. We can switch the... Let's actually go ahead and switch it through here. I almost forgot. We got the better steel production process. And it says that it's not necessarily going to be profitable right now, but it's going to provide a very cheap steel. And over here, it seems like it wasn't all that worthwhile necessarily, so it's actually making a bit of deficit right now. But steel being a cheap price, I mean, we don't use it too much yet, other than for tools, which I suppose does decrease the tool cost, which means that we'll maybe be making a bit more profit through there. I'm sure, well, there will be some things that we'll be unlocking in the not too distant future, hopefully. Like, well, I suppose the reinforced concrete isn't the one, but we need to get the... Honestly, the modern sewage would probably be another thing that we should be researching, so we'll put that in the queue after the reinforced concrete. Because that would allow us to have more construction. And then, of course, a bit less pollution, more infrastructure, which means that we don't need to build infrastructure as quickly necessarily. Well, the government administration is going to be done in 10 weeks. Looks like Dutch East Indies is still fairly strong. That's pretty... Oh, there's another tooling... Well, I suppose the tooling workshop over here is making pretty good profit right now. I mean, it's not the best necessarily, but the steel price dropping drastically does mean that it's a bit easier. For us, still iron and coal prices need to drop below 20% of the base price to be getting that mission done. Oh, another thing that I suppose I could do. In the mobilization of the First Korean Army, we could give some extra supplies. So that increases the groceries input. Increase offense and defense by 10%, so it's not a massive input there, but it does help. And then we could maybe put in a bit of chocolate. So that would improve morale recovery. It does mean that our armies are a bit more expensive. Oh, there we go. We got the building done. We're getting another barracks now, hopefully. And after that, it's just going to be a few more things, and then we'll let the private sector take over for a few moments at least, to pay off some of the loans. We can get like below 4.5 million, or to the point where we're at least making money, even if we're not doing even if we're doing the construction. At that point, we'll just keep on going, because we want to keep the GDP growing at a fairly good speed. And while the private sector does build mostly okay, there are, of course, sometimes things that I need to prioritize myself, and for that, I need to have a bit of cash to use. So motor is 40 weeks, so in about, I don't know, 2 years or so, we'll be letting the private sector pay off some of the loan, because we've got a lot of money in the investment pool. 22 million. It's rather insane. It looks like the amount of debt that we currently, or the credit that we currently have, is dropping. Slowly, mind you, but it is dropping. So we need to start working on that a bit further. Population has been in a fairly good growth there throughout the entire game. Like, we started with, what, 16 million? So we got another extra 6 million or so. And of the cultures, we do actually have some other cultures present now. Although the vast majority of it is still Korean, but there are a little bit others as well. I do actually wonder if the cultures, so most of them are just accepted cultures. So there's not a massive amount of turmoil or anything that because of that. There's still a bit of turmoil in the nation, but it's not particularly large. I guess it's partially because there's a lot of radicals, but I think we might be turning that one around soon enough as well. There we go, there's going to be another tuning workshop done just about, well, very shortly. 2 weeks. But now we're getting even more debt right now. So if we could just pay off a little bit of our debt, we would be making a profit, and then we could start paying off the loans. But right now, it's easier said than done, I'm afraid. And we're having a bit of... oh, this one doesn't have market access. Is that because... Oh, yeah, we have got too much infrastructure in here. I don't suppose we can make or do much about that, other than building some more railways, for example. That would probably be an easy way to get some extra. There would be 20 infrastructure per level, plus some transportation, so I think we're going to build an extra railway there. It does or delay how quickly we can get all of the stuff going, but I think we're still going to be mostly fine monetarily wise. I mean, it's not dire, but since we're not waging wars or anything like that, we should be mostly fine. Do have quite a few consumption taxes. Oh, we've got a good amount of bureaucracy as well now. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough for the... Well, it probably will be enough for the private health insurance right now. So I don't think it's going to... Well, it's going to cost us a lot in bureaucracy, but otherwise I don't think it's going to be too bad for us. We only got 21% chance of passing it right, or progressing it right now, but there's no real opposition, so the chance of it stalling is 0 right now. There's still a chance that debates go badly, but I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. Oh, we're getting another furniture manufacturer. Now, it is quite profitable in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's about 2,000 predicted earnings per week. A steel mill is, well, it's trying to hire, but it can't hire everyone. And the water tube boiler isn't really profitable there right now. But I'm guessing there's quite a bit of extra steel available in the market right now. Not so much, actually. But I suppose if there's not enough demand, then there's not enough demand. That's about it. We did increase the lead production as well, with the mine over here in our capital, which seems to be making okay profit. And it should reduce the glassworks input cost at least, so it's making about 5,000 profit there per week. We're about to get the motor industry, which is going to allow us to get the specialized goods production soon-ish, once they hire everyone. Is there a lot of demand for motors right now? There is a bit of demand. There we go, that's good. Are we still bolstering someone? No, we're not. Hey, it did progress the consideration already. Very nice. There we go, there's the motor industries. Now we're getting 2 more iron mines over here, which hopefully start reducing the construction cost a little bit in here, because it's pretty rough over there. I mean, the tool price is very high is the problem, which is hopefully going to be reduced at least a little bit over time. Ah, there we go, specialized goods production completed. Okay, improving production, let's have a look. So there's the lowering consumption prices for iron, coal, and steel. That's the one that we've been kind of working on. Have 8 nations a part of your customs union. I'm not the controller of the market, so I can't really get that one right now, at least. Improving production. At least one of these. At least 75% of eligible buildings have tractors or compression ignition tractors. Have a weekly profit greater than 0. The workforce occupancy is greater or equal to 50%. It's not subsidized. Or 75% have steam donkey. Or any Korean building is a railway. Then, okay, railway level 5 or higher. Then exporting our profits. Export for engines in typing market is greater than 50. Ah, okay. I mean, I don't know if there is a lot of export, but I suppose... Is there demand for them? It's not too bad. Let's actually have a look. If we were to export, is there good productivity? We could export some to the British market. It's not necessarily a good productivity, mind you. So I'm actually not going to do that yet. Because I don't want to increase the cost of our railways too much. Not right now, anyway. Now we got to 22 million. How's Heavenly Kingdom? They got 159, so they have increased more than we have in that same space of time. Since they were 157, we were 21. But still, we are improving our GDP. And if there was some kind nation to pay off our loan, that'd be brilliant. But I don't think there will be, not yet at least. Of course, the fact that we're paying a whole lot of money to Heavenly Kingdom right now on a month or weekly basis. 22,000. If we didn't have to pay that, we'd be making a massive profit, which means that we could probably increase our construction speed quite a bit. But of course, we don't have the military to fight them. Not yet, at least. If we had some Western allies helping us, then we might be able to do that. I wouldn't mind being in their market still, just, you know, not having to pay them the money. Popular playwright endorses reform. Either we get 10% success chance, industrialists gain more attraction, or 20%. I'm going to take the prestige, actually. That might allow us to get a little bit higher on the ranking, although we can't go beyond 35 by the looks of it. Mostly because Heavenly Kingdom is unrecognized country status, so they can't go above 10. Okay, so yeah, we are a bit stuck over here. Ah, there we go. We've got the furniture manufactory over here. It's currently hiring. There's going to be another level being built there, actually. Gold discovered in Hokkaido. Ooh. Very nice. And there's a paper mill being built over here in the southwest. There's a whole lot of government administrations in here. Oh, exporting our profits completed. Oh, right. Was that the engines? Increasing our export value. Have engines in typing market 50% pricier than the base price. Oh. Alright then. Well, I mean, at least if there's a bit of money being made, that's fine. If we have like a buy orders, there is... Yeah, trader is 64 of them. Alright then, so the price is a little bit increased. It's not massive, mind you. But it is a bit increased. So we're still getting the iron mine over here, and then the 2 railways. But over here... Oh, we do have a steel mill locally already. Right, we've got a steel mill, but we don't have a tooling workshop in our capital. So we've got the iron mines, which are hopefully reducing the local costs there, and it should reduce the construction cost a little bit. Still 23,000. I suppose it is 23,000, so that has gone down a bit overall. There's still, of course, room to reduce it further. So what's the private sector working on? It's going to make some livestock farms and then another furniture manufactory. Alright, then discord with the Confucian scholars. There's of all the bill shall pass. That's going to be 15% boost there. And the closure would gain a bit less popularity. We'll take that one. We could have taken the other option to make industrialists even more powerful, but it's fine. So we're still losing quite a bit of money. We do have still a bit more than 2 million credit to be able to take, but I think we need to definitely stop doing a bit of construction for a little while. Let the private sector take over and pay off a decent bit of the loans. We're not going to reduce the taxes, mind you, actually, for that. While we are going to be saving a lot of money, it's better for us to pay off the loans in such a way that we can keep on constructing with our own part of the construction sectors, at least. I mean, at least the private sector is building things that make a profit, for the most part. Some of them might not be making massive profits, mind you, but it's better than nothing. But there's still quite a bit of demand for lead. And of course, there's a lot of demand for tools, coal. We've got some demand for engines as well, although decent of that is just because we're selling it. Well, someone is. I don't actually know who's taking the money out of it. Grassroots support for the law. We get 20% chance. Oh, 20% of the lowest strata pops in Yangho become more loyalist. I'll take that. There we go. We got 2.4 million suddenly. And that was the southwestern state over here. Very nice. Now we are working on the railways, which We're just going to take a while to be built, I suppose, but it's not the worst. Although one of the things that I might do, it's going to cost us a little bit extra right now. But I'm going to go ahead and get one more construction sector in our capital. It's going to be built fairly quickly. That's going to give us a bit more construction speed for the railways. It is going to cost us more. But once the private sector takes over again... You know what? We're going to get a second one over here as well. There is a reason for this. We're going to get to 50 construction total, which means that we can then build, technically speaking, 2 buildings at the max speed. Actually, some of them might be built even more than that. There might be a bit of difference on how much we can have. Oh, right, yeah, no, that's... Okay, yeah. So it's limited a little bit. And it does cost us a bit more. We're currently at 5 million credit. It's quite a bit, admittedly. We're getting the dialects in about a year. But I think if we increase the construction speed for a brief moment in here, we can get the railways built faster, and also the private sector is going to get a whole more stuff done. Oh, there's a military shipyard being built. Okay. I didn't realize there's a demand for this still. There we go. We got the construction sectors. Browsing speech captivates the public. 15% chance, or you know what, we'll get the extra popularity right now. Get the industrialists to be a bit more powerful. We've got 46% chance of passing or progressing the law, so it should be done fairly quickly. But now we're taking quite a bit of loans. But the idea is that we'll lean into a bit heavier into the investment pool soon enough. Once we get the... Oh, right, so we're building both of the railways already. Well, that's good. So 23 weeks for this one. And then the other one's going to take a whole lot of time. But now the private sector is also building 2 things at a time. Furniture manufacturing and the military shipyard. Now, admittedly, it's mostly just the furniture manufacturing. The shipyard is very tiny in comparison of the portion there. But it is what it is. So at 23 million now, how's the Heavenly Kingdom's GDP? It's 162, so they are growing now. Okay, so we definitely need to get rid of the debt and increase the construction speed a lot so we can increase our economy further. It's going to be a race now. Who can get to the... Or, I don't know. We probably need to get to like 200 million to surpass them, let's be honest. But we definitely got a better GDP per capita than they do. We got... Well, it's £1 GDP per capita, whereas Heavenly Kingdom, they've got 0.4. So there is quite a difference there. Now, admittedly, they got a population that is... Like, at least 15 times higher than ours. Hey, there we go. The law is progressing. Right. We are still waiting for 11 weeks for the railway. I suppose once we get that completed, some of the extra construction is already going to the private sector, which does mean a bit of a reduction in the construction cost for us. It's not a massive reduction, mind you, but it will help. And I suppose right now, if the... Oh, yeah, no, that is going to be... So investment pool will still grow even once it takes over all of this. So we could potentially increase the construction speed even further. But right now, it's probably best to just let some of the debt be paid off. So that like, if we can reduce it to like £20,000 per week for the interest, I think we're mostly fine at that point. Maybe at least, I'm not entirely sure. 5 more weeks for the railway. We will need a bit more bureaucracy at some point as well, but I think we can go without it for a little while. Although, you know, we'll let the private sector take over for a little while. I know that we're taking way too much debt right now, so we are trying to reduce that soon enough. There's a bit more tool or furniture being worked right now. And the tooling price is a bit high still, so that's something that we might want to... Well, I won't be able to do much about that right now. Oh, there's another motor industry being built in our capital, and an art academy. Suppose the engines are probably fairly profitable still. Well, there is a demand for them for sure. And there we go. The railway down here has been built, which is hopefully going to allow us to get a bit more transportation. Oh, there we go. Law is advancing to, well, still need to go through one more step, but we've got 62% chance of passing it, so I think we're on a pretty good chance there. That's the food industries. They are still making a profit, but they're not making as much of a profit. And the... Yeah, no, the liquor price is so tiny that switching to some of that is not going to be a good idea. Right, so is the railway actually making a profit right now? We are subsidizing a tiny bit. But it's not a lot, it's just a little bit of the wages, really. And otherwise, they are making more or less a profit. It does reduce the local transportation price, which is probably going to start improving the standard of living at least a little bit. Locally there. I mean, what is it in there? It's a 9.8. Okay. Oh, hydraulic cranes. Port max level increased. That's very nice. So how long until the other railway is built? 22 weeks. Okay, that's going to take a while, but we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.